you still got the time, I'd like to stick around. I'll make some coffee, let's take a walk down to the sea. As the sun goes down, we light a fireplace, and we can stay as long as we want to, you and me. If I could stop the time, sure it would. In this moment I really wish I could. I hope you're feeling the same way as I do. The feeling of just knowing that I love you. If you got the time, I'd like to be with you forever in this state of happiness with you. Forever in this state of happiness with you. If you got the time, I'd like to stay a while. Do you remember what I said last time we met? Would you like to move a little closer now? I'd like to be as close to you as I can get. If I could stop the time, sure it would. In this moment I really wish I could. Do you feel the same way as I do? The feeling of just knowing that I love you. If you got the time, I'd like to stay a while. I'd like to fall asleep beside you on your bed.
Well, hello, planners. Hello. Let me just tell you, I am about ready to cry. I had all my show notes all written down, and somehow I deleted it. So we're going to go rogue. We're just going to plan and go live as we go. So if I stumble, if I say ums and ahs and what the hell am I talking about, Marianne? Please bear with me. Hello. How are you? Are you good? I am good now that I am here with you. So, of course, if you are here live in the chat, please, please, please make me feel supported. Say hello. And, of course, if you are watching on replay, make sure to say hello as well in the comment section. So let's check out who is here today. Irene, the budgeting mama. Hello, everyone. Looking happier today. Hello, Nerdy Jess. How are you, Jess? Thank you so much for joining me. Is this your first time? First time joining me on a live? If so, let me know if it's your first time. And Joe is here as well. We have some new names. I'm sure you would have been watching if you've been watching in the background quietly, but this is the first time I'm seeing some of these new names. And hello, May, my wonderful Plannerette community. You are fire, Mary. I hope I don't go on fire with all my brain going short circuiting, but let us go. You're human and so are we. Go for it. Thank you. I do appreciate you supporting me there. Hello, Angela. How are you? Nice to see you here. It is my first time. Jess says it's the first time. Hi, Natalie. How are you? The first time we have lots of new first timers here. Thank you so much. Working the night shift. So glad to catch you. Yay. I'm so glad you're here as well. Hi, Steph. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. So many new faces. Oh my God. I am just so happy that you guys are here. Lisa is a newbie. I made it. Internet went wonky, but made it. Hello, everyone. Aloha, Lealoha. How are you? Nice to see you. I miss you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for joining me. Cynthia's first time as well, and Stephanie is being said hello by May. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, I was sort of ready. I had notes, and then somehow I have a new toy, and I was doing something, and I deleted it. And then when the contraption shuts down, you can't undo stuff. So it's gone. But I am lucky that I have written notes in the past, and I do know a little bit of what I'm going to talk about today. But bear with me if I do refer to the notes, because I'm just going to, a lot of it is bullet points, but I hope that the message will come through. So if you did see the thumbnail for this live stream, it's all about why, for those of us anyway, that change our planners often, or the planner we have at the moment is not working. You might be questioning, is it me? Because I know I have done that. Is it me? Why can't I stick to one planner? Or why do I need to constantly get attracted to the next shiny new thing? So for a lot of us, July, the second half of the year, and also here in Australia, it is the new financial year. So our financial year starts from July to June. And I know for other parts of the world, your new school season starts in August. Is that right, Steph? Let me know. So a lot of new planners are going to be coming out. That's going to entice you, because you go, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I want to try that, in order for us to maybe more productive, in order to now start hopefully being able to achieve those habits that we wanted to achieve, as well as create self-care for ourselves. So that new planner looks enticing. That new system looks great. Maybe I'll try it. And then if you're like me, you do so well in a week or so, and then the newness wanes, it disappears, and then you're back to the beginning of being stuck in a planning rut. Now, in the book, let me have a look. Did I put it away? I don't know what I'm doing here. In the book, The 12-Week Year. So I have it on my Kindle. So it's by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. So I read in this book as part of, getting my own self, being productive, and not, having such a big time frame of a year to achieve the habits and goals that I want to. I heard about the 12-Week Year book from Ali Abdal, and how really what it does is, instead of looking or planning your goal on a 12-month period, so for a year, it makes you look at it in a 12-week period. So, so then that way it gives you this deadline, and you don't think, oh, I have all year to achieve, to lose weight. Oh, I have all year, to declutter my home. Oh, I have all year to make the sales, if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner. So in the 12-week year, the exciting thing that I read about is called the emotional cycle of change. Now, you know how there's the emotional cycle when you grieve. There's the anger, denial, and all the other stuff. I don't know all 7 steps of them, but did you know that there's actually an emotional cycle of change? And knowing these 5 stages of emotional cycle when you make new changes, not just planning. So, because of course I am a planning YouTube channel, that's how I'm going to talk about it. However, you can apply this emotional cycle of change to any new change you make. So for me, maybe I want to work out, I want to lose 5 kilos, or you might want to learn a new skill, or you're in a new job, or I know for another example of mine is, when I was doing sales, I worked outside of the home, and I was sales, making those phone calls. Any new changes that you make in your life will go through the 5 stages of emotional cycle of change. So I'm going to go through them, and this may answer your question of why can't I stick to a planner, or why isn't the planner that I have right now working for me. So let me just quickly have a look at the chat. Plannerettes assemble. What I've been watching, so inspiring. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I have. It's just I haven't seen you, and I'm so glad you've been watching in the background. I do appreciate that. So who here in the live has changed their planners in the last 6 months? When the new year came upon us, now I had like I said, I had here the I had the Hobonichi. I bought Hobonichi planners in the A5, in the original A6. I bought two weeklies, and I bought some other A6 ones. And so that went well. I bought that in November, and I was so excited to use it for the new year. And then there was a sale on again. I don't know when, maybe February, March, on this from the stationery store that I purchased. And I looked at the traveler's notebook. So that's that one, the brown one just right there, right? So traveler's notebook in passport size, in the regular size. And I have had many different planners along the way. A couple of years ago, I would change from A5 to personal to pocket to A6 to different planners. So please let me know in the chat, or if you are watching on replay, if you are like me and have delved into many different planners along the way, trying to find that planner piece. Will this be the planner that will suddenly solve all my productivity problems, that will make me achieve all the habits and goals that I said I want to achieve, that will make me plan self-care and well-being and take the much needed break that I need? Let me know if that is you. Guilty. Yes. So here we are, May. Oh, yes, changed and changed again. And I'll probably change again. And that's okay too. But today, the emotional cycle of change might help us move past the thinking of that it's us rather than the planet itself. Greetings. Hello, Ace. Ace. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. Jess is guilty. La Leola is still in the Hobonichi cousin, the Faye, fantastic. That's working out well for you. You probably past the certain point on that emotional cycle to change that I am hoping I will get there very, very soon. Now, Jess says, I even bought notebooks I don't have any idea how to use. Yes, I've got some notebook that's blank as well. Joe says, one of everything. My daughter asked me how many years I'm going to live for. I have had like 300 planners. Yes. Hello, Elle. Never too late. Having many thunderstorms again. Hopefully you are keeping safe. We're thinking of you there. I'm determined to stay put for July. Me too. I think I'm going to have to, because I want to work through these emotional cycle of changes. Hello. Excellent. All right, so it's not just me that have changed many planners along the way. So there are actually 5 stages to the emotional cycle of change. So let me go back to my notes. My little tablet has gone asleep, so let's go have a look. So it actually may not be you or your planner. Well, it's not the planner. It's the stages that you go through when you bring on new change into your life. And remember, this is not just applicable to planners. This is for any changes you have in your life. So have a think right now. You don't have to let me know in the chat, but if you want to share, fantastic. Have a think right now of new changes you have implemented in your life. So for me, not only planners, but also the online courses that I have been taking to help me build my content creation and my social media presence. Okay, so I brought many online courses to help me get to the next stage of my entrepreneurship, or my business. So that's for me. That's the thing I'm keeping in mind when I talk about these emotional change. So the first one, there's a first stage of the emotional cycle change. And bear with me, I'm just going to clear my throat. Right, is the uninformed optimism. Right? How do you feel when you get your new planner? So for me, remembering back to November, getting ready for the new year, 2024, and I bought the Hobonichi, I bought the A5, I bought the cover for it, I bought all the different things. I watched many different YouTube videos showing how to plan in it, and I was so optimistic. Right, this is going to be the one. I'm going to be staying in this planner for all of 2024. It's going to help me with everything I need: productivity, well-being, habit tracking, self-care, my workout, everything else, right? So this is called the uninformed optimism. So what it is, so let me just quickly have a look. It's when you start your new planner or a project and you've got these high expectation and you've got the excitement, the newness of it, and you're so eager to get started, right? And so everything seems possible, right? Let's go. This is going to solve all our problems. For me, the online course that I'm taking, this is the one that's going to take me to the next stage, that's going to help, and make me be financially able to support my family, right? It has all the answer. So it's like, you know how when you've got the rose-colored glasses and everything just looks so beautiful and so pretty and so new. So that's the first stage, is the uninformed optimism, right? Once you get through that uninformed optimism, soon reality sets in. Right, so maybe after 2 weeks, maybe the third week, of creating your planner pages, embellishing it, and then seeing the newness. Maybe you even bought new stationery and markers and stickers and washi tapes to fit in those new planner boxes. Right, and so you do it in, day out. Week one, oh, this looks good. I'm so happy. Oh, look, I've ticked. I've done that. Oh, I've worked out today. Whoop, I drank more water this week. Whoop. Okay. Second week, turn the page. The smell of that new page, the crispness of those new pages, and everything still looks shiny. You haven't spilt your coffee yet. You haven't put your makeup markings on it yet, and your kids haven't gotten to it and scribbled all over it. Second week, still pretty good. Oh, you may have missed a day or two. That's okay. That's all right. This is just the second week of the new week, new month, new year, or new planner. Right. And then for me, the online course, oh, that's okay. This is all still new. It's all right. I can do this. I can take my time. I don't have to implement everything that I learned in the first lesson or the second lesson or the third module. I have plenty of time. I can go back and look at it. It's not something that, these new learnings will go away after, I've read it. So then the third week, maybe, right? You go, okay, I still haven't lost the weight. I still haven't been exercising as much. I still haven't drank all the water that I should be, drinking. I haven't slept yet, right? So the newness, the excitement fades. And this stage is called the informed pessimism, right? You now know what you have to do day in, day out with your new planner or your new course or any new changes that you have implemented. Now the reality sets in. Well, I gotta do this each and every day. I gotta set my planner pages all the time. And I still gotta go and, wake up early in the morning if I want to go and exercise. What? I still gotta go and check all the emails that I have to, right? The second stage of emotional cycle of change is the informed pessimism. Now you know the things you still need to do to be able to achieve the changes you want to make. And then this is when you just go, oh, I thought the planner would solve it all, that somehow I would find I would suddenly be productive. I would suddenly be wanting to I want to be motivated and excited about doing all my habits. No, you just realize that it's just a new planner. You still got to do all the things that you need to do when you have the old planner, all right? Because this is what happens to me. I just go, well, maybe it's the new page. Maybe it's a new layout that all I needed. When in actual fact, you still got to do all the actions, all the day-to-day actions that you need to be able to achieve the goal or the habit or, the whatever online course or new changes that you have implemented. Informed pessimism. Now you know after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks, after 2 months, after 3 months that you still got to do exactly the same thing. It's just a new page. It's just a new planner, right? And then what happens is it comes to what's called the valley of despair. Oh, you mean to tell me I still got to be all lovey-dovey to my husband? We've been married now for 7 years. You know how they talk about the honeymoon period or that 7-year itch. You just go, oh, I thought once we're married that it's going to be all rosy. That's why people who get married think that, oh, things would change when you're married, when you're husband and wife, wife and wife. That, oh, everything will change, will be rosy. No, you gotta put in the work day in, day out. You gotta be nice to that partner of yours, if not all the time, most of the time. There's that valley of despair. Oh, now I've got to set the planner pages again. Got to create those planner pages, those little boxes, highlight, write in AM routine, breakfast, lunch, dinner, check emails, do my PM routine, go for a walk, drink more water. But why aren't I doing it yet? The valley of despair. And this is where a lot of us get stuck. I know I get stuck in the valley of despair, right? So, and this is the toughest part because you start to question yourself. You start to question your ability. Self-doubt creeps in. Those limiting beliefs that I'm not good enough, that I mustn't want to change, that maybe I don't have the skill, maybe I don't have the knowledge to make the difference, to make the change. And then what happens? You get stressed. You get overwhelmed. You doubt yourself. You procrastinate. And then what do? A new planner will help solve that. And then you go back to the beginning of the emotional cycle of change with the newness. So you could be stuck in this loop of uninformed optimism, right? Then you start to find out the hard work that still needs to be done, regardless of any new planners or any new courses or any new changes that you implement. And then you get stuck in the valley of despair. And that's where a lot of us are stuck. That overwhelm, that stress, that comparison. I have a wait list for my next round of Plan with Purpose course. And I said, where are you getting stuck in your planning? People are getting stuck in not being able to achieve the goals they want because they're not doing the daily habits, the daily actions that need to get done because it's boring. What? I got to get up each day and exercise if I want to be healthy, if I want to lose weight. What? I have to wash my face morning and night if I want to make sure that I have a nice, as I age, as I get older, that it doesn't get wrinkly and sunken. And then I turn around and go, oh, look in the mirror and go, I don't like what I see. Or you go, I'd rather sit on the couch and not do anything than face up my planner and see the things that aren't crossed off. But maybe a new planner will help solve that. That's it. All right. It's a new planner. That's it. It's because I'm bored with this one. It's not helping me. It's not motivating me. But if you don't go past the valley of despair and keep going and keep actioning the boring day-to-day things, the things that aren't pretty, that's not washi tape related, that's not highlighter related, that's not a new planner related, all that's going to happen is you're going to look for a solution with a new planner again. And that's what I was doing. And that's why I kept buying new things, because maybe if I just buy a new planner, maybe that will help solve the issue that I have where I'm just procrastinating because I'm bored with what I have, right? But that's with anything in life. Any new changes, the excitement will fade, the newness will fade, right? And then you're going to suddenly be faced with the thing of, oh, I got to do this again and again and again and again. I heard that, the difference between successful people in businesses, so this is more like, in anything, right? In businesses is they know how to do the boring stuff, the day in, day out, right? So successful business owners, so this is me when I'm thinking about my content creation, my social media presence, that I've got to show up consistently. Doesn't mean day to day. It's the same way when it comes to your habits. You don't have to do it every day, but doing it 1% better each day and keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop in the valley of despair and then start again and find that new thing again to help make things better. I think this is where a lot of those who may have addictions, or use maybe, retail therapy. I know I do. When I see on my tracker, I've seen on my tracker when my mood dips, maybe the next day or the day after, I bought something new to help me happy, to make me feel happy. But it's because I'm not going past this valley of despair, that all I need to do is just keep going. The next day, just do it again. Yes, it's boring. Yes, it's unexciting. But time and action will help you move past the valley of despair. Let me know in the live or in the chat if you are in that moment right now. You're in that dip. So let me show you. I'll show you in a sec the little graph, so we can, because I'm a visual person and I want to make sure that I show it as well. So let me know in the chat if you are currently, let's talk about our planner. You're stuck in a rut with your planning because you just go, why hasn't this new planner helped me be more productive, look after myself more, tick all my habits that I've written down that I said I want to do? You're feeling like you're doubting yourself. Everyone else has their planner beautifully set up. Why can't I? Why have I missed more than a day, more than 2 days, more than a week, more than 2 weeks of not doing the thing that I said is important to me? All it is that cycle of change. So let me tell you a little story when I was little. Okay, so this relates to the valley of despair. When I was back in the Philippines, I think I was, we lived in a place where if mum, we would go on a bus to go to the city to shop at the big shopping mall. Okay. And so I think I was maybe 7 or 8. So we'd go on a bus. So it would be my mom, my younger brother who's 4 years younger, and I, and we'd fit on one bus seat, so one bench. So we weren't like two of us weren't at the front or the back seat. So all because we were only little, right? So we'd all be there. And I think I was my mom was in the middle seat, and then my brother maybe on the window seat, and I was on the aisle. So when we'd take this bus ride to the city, there's a bit on the road where it would dip. Now my stomach do not like roller coasters, and I don't even like little hills on a road when you're driving and it dips. Who has had that feeling where you're driving and it goes, right, that queasy feeling. And even in the Philippines, my mum's family lives on another island, so we'd have to go on a boat ride or a ship, right? And so of course when the waves are all quite turbulent, this is what I would do, because I knew that on this certain part of this bus ride, because you'd see the window, you'd see all the roads and the buildings. I knew that was this dip in the road, right? There was this dip in the road, so I knew that it was going to make my stomach feel funny. You know what I did? I would lie down on my mum's lap. So instead of, I never know, vertical, I would go lie down. So then my stomach was at a horizontal position. So then when the bus dipped, right? So that little dip, I wouldn't have that funny feeling. And it was the same when we would be on the ship and we would go visit my grandma, and then the waves were all turbulent. What I would do was I would lie down on my side, because I knew that there would be a dip in the road, that there would be the waves would make me feel funny in my stomach. I had anticipated it. So why do I tell you this story? Is because if you know that there's going to be a valley of despair anytime you make a change, and you anticipate it, and you know it's going to come, where you're going to feel like you're stuck, you're going to feel like the planner is not working for you, you're going to feel like, why hasn't this solved the problem? I thought a new planner would do this, or whatever change it is that you have currently, where you're feeling this valley of despair. By knowing and anticipating that it's coming, you can prepare for it. The analogy for me is you can lie down and not have that feeling, that funny feeling, and you wait it out. You wait until the bus passes that dip in the road. You wait until that wave, or, if the wave is all throughout I think I've had it where if the wave was all throughout the whole trip, I would just lie down and I think I would sleep, right? So I wouldn't have that funny feeling in my stomach going up and down. So if you know this valley of despair is ultimately going to come because of this emotional cycle of change, you know what you need to do is let time keep going and keep actioning the things that you said you want to do to get to that end goal. Keep going. Don't stop. Now, of course, just as a side note, if you want to want to buy planner changes because you want new stuff, fantastic, that's great. But don't use a planner as the reason why you think that this, as the solution to make things better, because you were in this valley of despair and you thought it was you. It's just change. Change happens. And we have this vision of what this change is going to give us, right? That uninformed optimism. And then we actually, we still got to do the same thing over and over again. It's just a new, shiny new thing. Get past this valley of despair. And the next cycle that you will come across is the informed optimism. right? So just keep going. Let time do its thing, move to the next day, action one thing, action two things, action maybe only 30% of something, or 40% of something, but just keep going. Because what will happen is you are going to get to the stage of the informed optimism. Okay, so that the informed optimism pretty much allows you to go, oh, okay, now I know that the exciting thing, I can still bring that with, new washi tapes and new stickers and new colorful markers, or, maybe change the layout, maybe change your handwriting, maybe change the colored pen, but just keep going with any new change you make. Just keep going, because now you are informed of the different things that you need to do day in, day out to get past that valley of despair. And the more you do it, the more you keep going, you're now going to get to the success and the fulfillment stage of the emotional cycle of change. And this is where I think I had the big aha moment. So for those of you who may not know, February 2023, I homeschool my son who's on the autism spectrum. I had been homeschooling him 4 years before that, 2019. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. I'm not a teacher. I knew I could figure it out, because at the end, right, my son's well-being and his safety, mentally, physically, emotionally, educationally, was the most important thing. And you know how, mums or anyone who comes across any of these things, the adrenaline will get you going, right? So I figured it out along the way. But what happened is I burnt out and I had a mental breakdown February 2023. And I had all the doubts, self-doubt, low moments, low thoughts, but I was wondering how come I was still able to show up. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would see that I show up, if not every day, every week. How come I was able to show up 62 times live in a year or here on YouTube when I was mentally healing, right? I was in that valley of despair because all I needed to do was just keep going. All I needed to do is just do one thing, one important thing on the top of the list, right? Me. Once you've done that one important thing, what else can you do? Just keep going. And you will be in the spot like here I am now, where I'm still like, I had a horrible time. Was it last weekend? Last weekend. I was so disappointed in myself. I felt so inadequate. I cried my eyes out. I had those thoughts that I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I can't do this. I just want to go, not be here. Right? I cried. I journaled about it. I spoke to friends. Just keep going. That valley of despair, you will get past that. Let time do its thing and just keep making those actions, taking those actions. So don't let your planner dictate how you are functioning, right? Your planner is not, you're not supposed to be there for your planner. You're not supposed to fill it in and go, oh, hang on, sorry. I'm just making sure my notes are still visible. Keep going, right? Don't think that, oh, my planner is empty now, so it must be a reflection on me. I mustn't be good enough. I mustn't be productive enough. I mustn't think that, looking after myself is important. It's not you. It's just the cycle you're going through. You know how for us women, let's have a little talk for us women, right? We have cycles. Change also has its own cycle. Any new thing you do will have that cycle. So if you ever feel stuck and think it's you when it comes to your planning, when it comes to your planners, and then you feel guilty because, you have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars buying new things thinking that it'll be the solution. Don't feel guilty. It's okay. Those are the things you needed to do to see what works and what doesn't work. Right? Don't ever think it's a failure or what a waste of money, because it got you to the stage you're at now. But just know that if you feel like you're buying planners because it's not working, just get past that valley of despair. Just do it. Keep going. And don't change too many things at the same time. That's one of the things that's important, because if you change too many variables, you don't know what's working, what's not. Now I can achieve this. It must be new planners that help me achieve that. When in actual fact, it's just you turning up each day. All right. So let me know if you are at a point that you just change planners all the time thinking it will solve the problems. Because what happens is, if you think it's the planners that will help the problem, you're just going to go back through that cycle. So remember, you're going to go with the uninformed optimism. Woohoo! New planner. This is it. This is a new month, new year. You know how new months, new year, new you? By February, I think there's a high percentage of people who fall off their goal habit, right? Because it's just like, this is it. This is the thing that's going to make me better. 2024 is the year. 2024 is my year. Here is my word of the year. Here is my plan of the year. Here is this. Here is that. But then no one tells you, oh, yes, it's new year, new you, but you still got to do everything similar to what you did last year, to the goal that you set yourself. No one tells you that. It's like, what? Like that, the analogy of marriage, of relationships. What? You mean after dating and after we're married and the rings on there, that I still got to go and, be nice and do nice stuff and make sure that they feel wanted, that they need to make sure I feel wanted, that I am, you got to work at it day in, day out, and just allow time and your one actionable step. Just do one step, because once you've done that one step, you go, what do I do next? Do that one step. And then what's the next thing after that one step? Another one step. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. Leo's absolutely one step at a time, moving forward. Exactly. Lisa, that's good encouragement. Thank you. Life period is hard, but having friends, family does help. It does. And if you have friends, or you think friends in your circle that just seem like they're not supportive, not saying let go of that friend, just don't go to those support. If there's certain people that you're going to get some certain reactions that's not going to be supportive, you just don't go to those people for the support for that certain things. Just the same way that you need different shoes for different occasions, there are certain people in our circle that you tap into for certain emotional support. You know what? I want to have a good time. I'm going to have around that person. You know what? I need someone to just sit with me and listen and not judge. I'm going to reach out to that person, right? There's certain people in your group. Know what the support that they can give you, and then the support you can give them. And that doesn't mean that I hear all this time, but we've been friends for 20 years, you grow, they change, you change. I'm not saying that you should let them, not be friends with them anymore. They will give you value in different ways. So just make sure that the support that you have, that you tap into, are also the ones that will nurture and support you and give you the things that you need. So Understanding this emotional cycle of change, that there are 5 stages that you will go through when you make any changes in your life, big or small, right, is what's going to help you progress, get past that valley of despair, that's going to help you gain confidence, that's going to allow you to turn back and go, what? I used to be over there. Now I'm over here. My goal is still over there, but I'm a step closer. Now, I say this out loud, and I always share these sort of things, is because it's the dialogue that I need to tell myself. It's the dialogue my husband tells me, but of course, sometimes I don't listen to my husband, because I always think, you're just saying that because you love me and you want to make me feel better and you want me to be happy, and. But it's the same thing that he tells me. The dialogue that you say to your friend when they need, your support, should also be the dialogue, the conversation you're having with yourself. We are sometimes the hardest critic. And because if it's in there, I've always said this, if it's in there, it's not written down, it's not said out loud, it gets stuck in there and it bounces from one side of your head to another. And then it's going to gather up, all the other negative thoughts in your head, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you have a breakdown, you have a burnout, you have emotional overwhelm, you have stress. Physically, you start getting sick. So Lisa says, yes, have that support. It's very, very helpful. And knowing as well, the first part of finding a solution to something is being aware of a problem, right? So the problem may be that, you buying planner doesn't mean it's all just negative stuff. It can just be because you love new planners and you love new things. Why not? People have hobbies. People have golf, fishing, driving fancy cars. Our hobby is buying new planners and new washi tapes, new stickers. It makes us happy, as long as, of course, it's not putting financial stress on the other end, on the other side. Buy planners. But if you think the planner is the thing that's going to help you pass that valley of despair, it may actually be the thing that's stopping you moving past the valley of despair, because you're going to go back to the beginning, the uninformed optimism, the informed pessimism, valley of despair, back to the start, right? So you never get past to the informed optimism and then the success and fulfillment. So let me just quickly, I'm going to see if I don't know if let's have a look. I'm going to see if I can do this. And add to my stage. Okay, so I had written this down. So the emotion part of my learning. So this is the little diagram. So here is time. So you start here. So we're going to use my new planners as an example, but you can use any change. So this is time, right? And this is your emotional state. So low here, happy and excited over here. So this is phase 1, right? So at the beginning, your high, your emotion is your uninformed optimism. You're optimistic. This is it. This is the change that I need. And then as time goes on, week 1, week 2, week 3, however many second week, third week, fourth month, you're going to start to see that, I've got to put in work. It didn't solve my problem right at the beginning. I've got to do that. That's phase 2, which is the informed pessimism. That's when, you start to figure out that, the stuff that you got to do to keep going to achieve the goals you want. And then over time, if you keep going, you're going to go here. Phase 3, the valley of despair. See? Low point. And then if you don't keep going, if you don't let time and all the actions and all the, day in, day out stuff, you'll be stuck there, or you're going to start over again over here with a new thing again, new change, right? So if just let time, keep going. Believe me, just if you have a blank planner page but you got one thing done, one important thing done, and you didn't put it in there, that is going to, that's the thing that will help you keep going, because then you're going to start to see success, because you go, okay, my blank pages may be, well, blank, my planner pages may be blank, but I looked after myself today and I feel good. So what will happen when you feel good? You're going to be productive, because you go, you've got the energy, you've got the motivation, you're happy, right? So then when you keep going, this is part 4, or stage 4 is the informed optimism. Oh, hey, I'm walking a bit more and I feel good. My mood has changed. I'm not cranky mum all the time. And then you're going to get to stage 5, which is success and fulfillment. Now, success and fulfillment doesn't have to be like all the big, I've lost all the weight, I'm now all skinny, I fit into my jeans, I look great, I found it, if you're single and you're wanting to find a partner, I found a new partner, blah, 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 right? Doesn't always have to be that big, visible win. It can just be you feeling good in your body, feeling good emotionally, mentally. The low points are more few far, in between. It's not every day. You're not crying every day as often. Although crying is fantastic to relieve stress. So if you ever feel like bottling it in too much, let out that big cry. Like really, those really bad ones where snot comes out of your nose and your eyes are all like puffy and you're just like, whew, that was good. Those are great too, because crying helps release the happy hormones, So just be mindful that just if you are in the valley of despair, not just when it comes to planning, but in any things you're doing at the moment, allow time to get through, and each day just do one small thing at a time. Don't ever compare your planner pages to someone else. As much as I love for you to be here and see my planner pages and my planner setup, if that sets you off and go and start comparing, go away for a little while. Don't watch your planner, the planner accounts that set you off. There are certain accounts for me that, I look at where they're at, the number of followers they have, and then I do the comparison, and then I feel down. So what do? I don't look at those. I move past it, because I know it'll just get me stuck in that valley of despair, because I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is making myself feel worse. So if ever today's video talks about planner peace and how we might look into planners as a way to help us be more productive and be able to reach our goals more, right? But this also applies to any changes that you have in your life. Remember, changes can be emotional changes, mental changes. You're learning new things. You're learning a new skill. You're physical. You're, trying to lose weight. Financial. You want to save more. You're trying to get out of debt. Relationally, you're in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. You want to make new changes. Keep in mind that there is this 5 cycles of emotional change. And knowing that you are going to go through these changes, especially the most important one is that valley of despair, knowing that that's coming. So if you're at the moment in uninformed optimism, know that it's going to come where there'll be a time. It may not be in a week or 2 weeks. It might be later down the track, and go, is this it? That's it? Where's the romance that I found when we first started going out? I don't think my husband and I ever had that 7-year itch, because I anticipated, right, when it was coming to our 7th year anniversary, that people say, oh, you're going to have this 7-year what is it? Whatever the thing is, right? No, didn't, because I knew it was coming. And so either I made sure it didn't affect us, or I didn't look out for the things that are going wrong in our relationship to go, oh, yes, that's right. It must be the 7-year itch, right? By knowing that it's going to come, the valley of despair may not be a big dip, it may just be a little dip, right? So don't think that the valley of despair is always the doom and gloom. It could just be like, oh, don't feel like doing it today. Don't feel like getting up and exercising. That could be the valley of despair. So then to move past that point is maybe I'm just going to put my sneakers on, my socks and my stickers and my active wear. That's it. That's all I've got to do today. Or, try walk to the gym. How about you just, Marianne, just walk to the gym? You don't even have to go in. Just walk to the gym. So know that you're going to go through the cycle of change. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of that. Where are we? I'm loving it, you guys. You guys are. Where are we? I'm a bit lost in my. Here we go. There we are, Lisa. Even just one for accountability. That's right. One person can be all that that you need. So you don't have. Sometimes that's the other thing. For me, I go, oh, I don't have a big circle of friends. I don't need a big circle of friends. I just need one that's going to be there. I love it, Lisa. Yes, hobbies. I have many, trying different planners to find the one that works. And every year we are different in how we see and feel things. Exactly. New planners doesn't mean it's a bad thing, although you're working through a valley of despair. Right. So please, for those of you watching, going, I change planners. No, I'm not in a valley of despair. I know what I'm doing. Right. So you know exactly why you're buying new planners. So please don't think that I am saying that if you're or forever changing planners that you are lost. Right. I'm not saying that. This is just that if you think that you might be going, why aren't I good enough? And why hasn't my planners helped me? It may not be you. It may not be the planner. It's just the emotions of things. Okay. So just be mindful that I'm not saying that if you're always changing that you're bad, or that you're like a lost cause, or you're like, so please to take it's, your own self. So just make sure that you're doing the buying new planners for the right reason. Lisa says, yes, a week or two, maybe more, but I'll use those pages for something else and I'll get back to planning. I like your analogy. Life is up and down. It is. It's never sunny all the time, right? It rains, it storms, it's cloudy. But what's always behind those clouds? The blue sky. It's just being covered by the clouds, or the rainstorms, or the snow, or the hail, right? So, yes, thank you. I love my analogies, Lisa. Jess says, my planners and art habits definitely ebb and flow according to my mental and emotional state. Heck, it's even influenced by what I'm consuming for entertainment, like a book, YouTube, etc. Yes, and we as human beings love new things. We love excitement. We crave it. So don't deny yourself of getting a new planner, because you just go, oh my God, all I got to do is get past this valley of despair, and I just got to keep using the same planner again and again until I get past it. You know your own self, right? So if it's the new planner, but then a new planner helps you move even forward and gets you past a valley of despair. But it's just for those moments that you think that when you are low, that new things may solve the problem. And that may not necessarily be the case. Leola says, you are a wonderful content presenter. Gain so much clarity and inspiration to move through change and procrastination. Oh gosh, me procrastination. I watched nearly all of Bridgerton episodes, season 2 yesterday. And you know what? That time, taking the time off actually has made me very productive. Why? Because I rested. I did something that I enjoyed. So don't forget, rest is as important as planning and being productive. I always say, a blank page tells as much as a filled in one, because you might have taken the day off. You might have gone on a holiday. You might have gone for a walk. You might have spent time with your friends. You may not have even touched your planet today, but you looked after yourself. So don't think that just because you have a blank page doesn't mean you didn't get stuff done. Maybe it's because you did. And you didn't need your planner to help prompt you, because you just did it all yourself. Okay? So make sure. Lisa says, so true with low points when you look at it for us power part. And crying, yes, does many of that. It helps. I used to, I cry when I get really bad migraines. I just love a good cry because it just releases that pressure in your head. And Jess says, I'm a professional crier at this point, considering added to my resume. Yes, might have to put on there once a month, cry at this time, go and watch a nice rom-com movie and see. I do love a good cry. You know what's going to make you a good cry? Those, I think it's the Indonesian or the Singapore ads for like insurance. Have you seen those? They're the most, like, they make me cry. I love those ones where I see anytime I see those ads where it's just that the storyline is the hardship, and then they get through it, and then it's just, I bawl my eyes out. So if you ever need a good cry, look for, I think it's like the Asian insurance ads. They get to you, they pull at your heartstrings. So yes, maybe a professional cry, or a cry once a month. So true, Nerdy Jess. What I consume entertainment wise is how I see what I record in my planner. Excellent. Honestly, even though I'm well educated and realize it's happening, influences definitely, yes. And that's why we sometimes got to put our blinkers on, or our blinders, and make sure that stop sharing. And of course, for me, I share all this stuff that I buy, and so I'll have on there, Marianne, where'd you get that? It's like, I don't want to influence you, if you. So just make sure that keep your eye on the prize. I'll add it to my resume. Professional crier. That is a great info, Marianne. Okay, I'm great at climbing to the bottom of the valley. It's the climbing out part that is elusive, and I'm majority of the time I'm there, but what I have learned and what I've seen, because I have the planners to show me this data and show me all the different things I've done throughout the year, is even if there are missed days, missed weeks, missed months in my planner, somehow the next day, the next month, the next year, I go back. I keep doing it, because just allow that time and allow your actions to, lead you. And then they say, that compound interest. It's the same way with any habits that you do. Absolutely. Excellent. All right. So now I do have, I will have a, what do you call this? Let me just quickly double check here. Not share screen. I uploaded a video yesterday with my habit, mood, and sleep tracker setup. What I'm going to do is I'm also filmed my setup for my calendar, my well-being planner page, and my weekly. So I'm just going to have music through it, because I just want to get it uploaded. So then that way, anyone who wants to get plan with me while they're doing their planning. I know for a lot of you, you're in your Sunday. I'm here in my Monday. In Australia, it's already 1st of July. But there is currently the habit tracker setup, where I set my July habit, mood, and sleep tracker. So do check that video out. Maybe later this afternoon, I'm going to go and upload the video where I set up my July calendar. So my July calendar, as well as my well-being planner spread and my weekly spread for the new week. So keep an eye on that. If you have liked this video and have got some value out of it, I would love for you to hit the like button. Make sure share it with anybody that you think would get value from it as well. And if you haven't yet subscribed, why not? Nah, only kidding, but do please subscribe over here. Subscribe over there, and that way hit the bell to get notified of when I upload new videos and when I go on live on my Monday, even when I stuff things up and I delete all my show notes. I hope I have covered a lot of the things. So remember, there are 5 stages to emotional cycle of change, right? Uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, valley of despair, informed optimism, and success and fulfillment. And what you need is time. Keep going through each day, actioning those one thing at a time if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. And I do hope that you have received lots of value from here. Jess says, oh my God, the old ASPCA commercial with the sad song and kittens and puppies. Yes, kitten and puppies too. They do get me as well. Yes, tears are flowing. Fantastic. My oldest was 3 when it used to air and would always crawl in my lap. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, it kills me. Yes, those puppies, kittens, and sad commercials of insurance ads will give you a nice good old cry. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. And if you're watching on replay, pop in the comments section what changes you have implemented recently and where are you up to in the emotional cycle of change. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone. Bye-bye.